Hey, this is a great day. And you know what? I believe that God has a miracle for each and every one of us. You know, as I'm thinking about different things in my own personal life and changing things, we find that there are cultures that we've developed in our life, ways that we think. In order to change that, we have to look at the spiritual influences that are in our life. What do we allow to influence our spiritual walk? Because our spiritual influence creates an atmosphere. You know, in an atmosphere, things can develop. You know, colds can develop, diseases can develop in certain atmospheres. We don't want that kind of an atmosphere in our life. We want the things of God to be developed and in a certain atmosphere. You know, you can have faith that develops an atmosphere, just like a thermostat for an air conditioner or a heater. You set the thermostat at the temperature you want your home or your room to be. If you like it cool, you'll turn the air condition colder. If you like it warmer, you set it. And it maintains that atmosphere for your comfort. The same thing happens in our life when we allow things to come into our life. We create a culture. We create how we think and how we perceive things. You know, there are a lot of people that perceive what other people are thinking about them, and they're not even thinking about them at all. But they've created a culture that they look at the expressions of people and they've developed problems. Now, a spiritual influence creates an atmosphere. Then an atmosphere that's maintained sets the climate. So if I set that thermostat at 70 degrees, then that thermostat is going to maintain that room at 70 degrees. The spiritual influence that's in my life, when it creates an atmosphere, if I feed that atmosphere and keep it the way that I want it to be, or the way the influence is, I now create a climate. That climate, when it's sustained, it creates strongholds. There's two different kinds of strongholds, I think. There's one stronghold that is bad. A lot of people refer to them as habits, but it's things that are in our life that have a hold on us that we can't break. I believe there's also good strongholds in our life that we need. You know, a good stronghold would be my prayer life. I have to maintain that. I keep that going. A relationship with God, my influence with God. We can maintain a good stronghold, or we can maintain strongholds that are detrimental to our spiritual walk and also detrimental to our relationships that are around us. So when the climate is sustained, when we maintain that climate at a certain temperature, then what happens is we open room for a stronghold to be developed. Now, the strongholds are the way we think. I think on certain things. I maintain my thought life, and it causes me to respond and react certain ways. So my stronghold is developed from the way that I think. Now, a stronghold develops the culture. You can find in various different neighborhoods, there are different cultures. And in those cultures, they think a certain way. You know what? My challenge for you today is look and research how you think. Do you think and believe that God can do great things in your life? Or do you believe that God doesn't care about you, or He's let you out here all by yourself with no help? Or do you believe that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you? Your belief system and the way you think brings the outcome of your life for your success or for your detriment. Let's begin to think on the things that God has for us. Let's develop the proper strongholds in our life, which means that I'm going to have to think kingdom minded. You know, I believe that miracles should be on a regular basis in our life. But if my thinking is wrong, I will have opportunities that come before me that I will miss, and I'll miss out on the miracles that God's trying to bring in my life. So if I can get what's between these ears straightened out and start thinking properly, I can create a culture in my life that will now bring forth miracles on a regular basis. What miracle is it that you need today? You know what? If you start creating the atmosphere for God to move in your life, He's going to show up. If you maintain that atmosphere of praise, of worship in your life, He's going to remain in your praise and in your worship. And ultimately, you're creating a culture that God is present with you all the time. This is why I say it's a good day. Because when you understand the things of God and you allow Him to work in your life, you'll begin to see His presence working on your behalf, going before you, opening up doors that seem to be impossible. Trust in the Lord today. Believe in Him, and He will bring you through every obstacle that's before you and bring you on the other side where you're victorious and not a victim. God bless you today, and we believe that this is going to be a great day for you.